The UMAQ interviews on Media Accessibility Quality. UMAQ interviews Jan-Louis Kruger, Macquarie University, Australia. Why is the issue of quality important in media accessibility?
I think the most important aspect is the fact that media accessibility has become a really pervasive presence in modern media. You have more and more content, and it's easy to control quality when you have small volumes, when you have something that's produced for a very specific formal audience. But as things become less formal and less controlled, as we get more modes, more delivery modes, more screens that have to be accommodated, more needs, purposes for media content, it becomes more and more difficult to ensure that quality control is maintained in all of those contexts. So if we don't do that, then we'll have a lot of access, but it won't be very useful. And I think that's the main reason for quality control in media access, is to maintain the usefulness, to make sure that the product that's out there will still fulfill the purpose, no matter what the delivery platform is.
What are the main problems and the paths to address them?
The main issues are related to the fact that we've had such a proliferation of media in the first instance, and then more recently the proliferation of media content, of media accessible content. So subtitles, captions, automatic captioning, for example, has meant that it's become very easy to add accessibility to media. But because of the breadth of that, because of the fact that you have almost on-demand accessibility, it's really created the problem of quality, because not only because of the scalability, but because of the fact that you have users who add accessibility, or clients, if you want, companies who add accessibility services, who add captioning, audio description, but they are not really that concerned with quality. They just want to tick boxes, and if we really want to address that, we need to first of all convince them of the need for quality. We have to show them what the result is if you don't maintain the quality. And once you've done that, I think you've got half the battle won. So that's the one pathway. The other pathway is technology and harnessing technology. So making sure that we know what's out there and how to adapt the automatic processes, how to write algorithms for simplifying language, for identifying errors, building big corpora that can build models that can be used for automatic correction of errors, having principles embedded in the whole process of inclusive design, to make sure that if you have media, you make sure that it will be possible to make that accessible to a broad audience. The main pathway is to take the approach of accessible, of inclusive design, so that we stop focusing on the special needs, on the people on the edges, and say if we include those people on the edges, then we will automatically include the people in the middle.
How can research on media accessibility quality strengthen the European project of Community of Equal Citizens?
I think research is showing us the way to address the problems that I've identified, ways to identify the impact of poor quality, for example, of using that to lobby for better quality, and in the process taking the inclusive design principle, that if you include the people on the margins, on the fringes, then you're going to include the people in the middle. And if you do that, you give people equal access, but you also start treating them as the same community, not as few pockets of communities on the fringes. And in that inclusive approach, you don't exclude anybody. and that's, I think, is the ultimate goal of creating equal citizens.
The Understanding Media Accessibility Quality project has received funding from the European Union's Horizon 2020 Research and Innovation Programme under the Marie Sklodowska-Curie Grant Agreement number 752659. The project is based at the Transmedia Catalonia Research Group of the Autonomous University of Barcelona, Spain. The media partners are Fred Film Radio and the Media Accessibility Platform.